cash book. Today our topic is cash book. Here I will explain you how to prepare 3-column cash book. Why here 3 column? In this format we have discount column, cash and bank columns. Okay, at a time we will record cash discount, bank and cash related transactions. Okay, so here you see date, details, discount, allowed, cash and bank columns on the debit side. Okay, and here same date, detail, discount, receipt, cash and bank columns on the credit side. So for your better understanding, today we will take a question from 2023 IGCSE accounting first paper. So here the question is, Omar is a trader. The following transactions took place in April 2023. So here we see many transactions. These all transactions are not related to the cash book. Okay, some transactions are given extra, not relevant, to test your understanding. Okay, so what types of transactions are not related but sometimes you may see on the question paper? For example, credit purchase, credit sales, depreciation, returns related transaction. Okay, these are not relevant to the cash book but still you may have there. Okay, we have some like this. I'll show you when we prepare this cash book. Okay, so here on the question, opening balance is already given. Okay, so cash balance will be always debited. Okay, so opening balance of cash will be always on the debit side. Okay, because cash is an asset. Asset has a normal debit balance, you know, right? So here we will write the date first, 2023 April 1st. Okay, so we will write here balance carried down CD. So on the question we have cash balance $120. Okay, so here bank balance is also given. Okay, but it is not on the debit side, it is on the credit side. So when bank balance on the credit side, what does it mean? Well, it means it is a bank overdraft. Okay, it is a liability for the business owner. Okay, so here we will write bank balance on the credit side, but you may see bank balance on the debit side. If you have on the debit side, it means that it is your current asset. Okay, so here let us write date 2023 April 1st. We will write here same balance carried down. So here we will write 477 given on the question. Okay, so what you learn here, cash balance always on the debit side, but bank balance, bank opening balance depends. It may come on the debit side and it may also come on the credit side. Okay, great. So here discount receipt column on the credit side and discount receipt column on discount allowed column, sorry, on the debit side. Okay, these columns have no opening balance. Okay, we don't have to write opening balance because these are nominal account. Okay, expense, discount allowed is an expense and discount receipt is an income. Okay, but here bank and cash, these are asset or liability. Okay, bank sometimes liability. Okay, great. Here our first transaction is April 3, paid $1,000 into the bank from own personal money. Own personal money of what? Of Mr. Omar. Okay, so he is the owner. He introduced some money in the bank. Okay, his personal money. Now tell me, what is it called when owners gives some money to the business from his personal fund? Well, it is a capital, right? Okay, so here what is a journal? How we will record, on the debit side or on the credit side? Remember, if bank or cash decrease, we will record on the credit side. Okay, if decrease. If cash or bank balance increase, we will record on the debit side. Okay, Now here the owner introduced some money to the business. So what will happen here? The cash balance of business will be increased, right? So we will record on the debit side, okay? So another way, what is the journal? Cash account to be debited and capital account to be credited. So here the owner paid this money into the bank, okay? He did not take money as a cash. He took his cash and paid into the business bank account, okay? So here bank balance of the business is increased. So we will record on the debit side, okay? So the date is here, April 3. We will write here capital, okay? The journal, capital bank account to be debited and capital account to be credited. So we will write the opposite account in the detail column, okay? Not bank. We will put money on the bank, but we will write the opposite account, corresponding account, okay? So here he introduced $1,000 as a capital through business bank, okay? Great. Our next transaction is here. April 7 paid $360 to his supplier Alexander by telephone transfer. What is telephone transfer? By telephoning, Omar, the owner, instructed the bank to pay this amount to the supplier, okay? $360, okay? Now tell me, business bank balance will be increased or decreased? Obviously it will be decreased, yeah, because money has gone from the business bank, yeah. So when it is decreased, we will record on the credit side, yeah. So let us write here April 7. So what account we will write here? So here the journal is Alexander account to be debited and bank account to be credited, okay? So we are writing money on the bank column and corresponding account is here Alexander, yeah. So we will write here Alexander account, the supplier. So we will write here Alexander. So $360 we will write on the bank column, okay? Great. Our next transaction is here April 10. Cash sales $695 were paid directly to the bank account, okay? Cash sales. It is a revenue, right? So business sold goods and received cash. And this cash is paid into the bank. Whose bank? Business bank, okay? So now what will happen to the business bank account? The fund will be decreased or increased? Well, it is increased, yeah? So we will record on the debit side, okay? What will write on the detail column? It is sales, yeah? So date first, April 10, we will write here sales on the detail column, and here on the bank column, we will write $695, okay? So our next transaction is here, April 12. So here purchased goods $340 on credit from Alexander, okay? Purchased goods on credit. This transaction neither related to cash nor bank. So this will not appear here. Again, now you might be thinking why this transaction is given here in the question. Just to check your understanding, okay? If you understand cash book properly, you will ignore this transaction. It is a cash book, okay? So all cash related transactions, bank related transactions will appear here in this account. So this transaction happened on credit. That means there is no relation to cash or bank with this transaction, yeah? So we will skip this one, okay? April 15 paid $68 cash for petrol, okay? Payment, it is simple. Paid means cash will be decreased and it will go on the credit side, okay? So let us write here April 15, it is what expense? It is fuel expense, yeah? So we can write here motor expense. So this money is paid in cash. We will write here under cash column $68, okay? Then we have here 16, paid rent $400 by standing order. Okay, rent is paid by standing order. What is standing order? So it is a order instruction by the account holder to the bank to pay a specific amount of money to the supplier or an individual. Okay, it depends on the business who will be the payee. Okay, so here the amount is paid. Yeah, the money is gone from the business bank. Okay, as a rent. Rent is an expense. Another way you can say all expense of all types will appear on the credit side of cash book. Okay, so rent is an expense, it will appear on the credit side. Okay, so let us write here April 16, we will write here rent, and the money will be here on the bank column, $400. Okay, then we have here April 23, received a check for a $384 from a credit customer as me, a full settlement of an invoice of $400. Okay, so receipt, if you see this word in the transition, you will see this will appear on the debit side. Okay, because this will increase the balance of bank or cash. Okay, so received a check, it means that the bank balance will be here increased. Yeah, so we will write on the debit side. Okay, received $384 in a full settlement of $400. Okay, so there will be a discount. Okay, so let us write here first April 23, we received from SME. So here we received a check $384. Okay, so this money is received in a full settlement of $400. So 400 minus $384. Here is $16. What about this $16? This is a discount allowed by Omar to this customer. Okay, so here we will write $16 on the discount column. Okay, great. So here our next transactions 27, paid $320 by check to Alexander, having deducted $70 cash discount. Okay, so here payment, yeah, it is a payment, so it will go on the credit side as the balance of bank will be decreased. Why bank will be decreased? Because this payment is made by check, so money will go from the bank. Yeah, so who is the payee here? It is Alexander, right? So let us write the date first, 2023 April 27. So we will write here Alexander. So we paid him $323, and it is written clearly on the question that we deducted $17. Okay, this is the discount we received. So this amount will be here on the discount received column. Okay, then here our last transaction, purchased goods $235 on credit from Alexander. Okay, same purchase goods on credit. This is not a cash book related transaction. Okay, so this will not appear here. Okay, great. Now what to do? Now it is a requirement of the question, we need to bring down the balance. Okay, sometimes you get question on the exam that record the transaction. Okay, then you don't have to bring down the balance. Okay, no need to balance, but here in this question it is a requirement to bring down the balance. Okay, so how to balance the cash book? So many of you make mistake when you balance, especially when you get balance on the both sides, on the credit side and debit side also. Okay, where to write balance CD, where to write balance PD, you mess up. Okay, so now you see how we balance. Okay, so let us balance the cash column first. Okay, we have to compare these two cash column, this and this. Which cash column is greater? We have to check first of all. Okay, so here debit cash column is here greater. Yeah, here we have 120, here we have only 68. So debit cash column we will write the addition first. So here we will write a total $120. Okay, now we will take this total to the opposite cash column here, $120. Now we will subtract $68 from 120. We get here $52, okay? So this is what? This is balance carried down, okay? The date for balance carried down will be the last day of the month. So April has 30 days. We will write here 30, okay? Then bank column, okay? We'll compare this bank column to this bank column, okay? Which column is greater? Obviously, debit bank column is greater, yeah? So let us sum up here first. We get here $2,079, yeah? The total. So we'll take it here on the opposite side, 2079, okay? Now from this total, we'll subtract this all amounts, okay? So what you get if we subtract? We get here $519, okay? Same, this is balance carried down, okay, for bank. So now what to do? Now we have to bring down the balance on 1st April 2023, okay? So here we carry down on the credit side, we will bring down on the opposite side, on the debit side, okay? So let us write here balance BD, okay? Balance brought down. Here the cash column is $52, the cash balance, and here on the bank our balance is 519. We will write here 519, okay? Good. Now question is, what about discount? For discount column, we don't need to balance, okay? We will just sum up. We'll write the addition only, okay? So here our addition is $17 discount receipt, and here discount allowed we have $16, okay? So what will be the date for balance PD? It is written on the question 2023 May 1st, okay? Even if the date not written on the question, you need to write the date. So for balance PD, the date will be the first day of the next month. If you do not write date, you will lose marks. So next tutorial will be very important, because there I will show you how to prepare ledger account, okay? Ledger account for Alexander. There are many transactions we have in the question Alexander related. I will show you how to post this transaction there in the Alexander ledger.